Okay, so in this video we're going to look at unit conversions. So we're going to be converting between different units. Now, for these problems, I'll be referencing a page in our book. So if you look at our PDF copy of the book, around page 8 in the textbook, not necessarily the PDF file page number. So here's a table of nice unit conversions. Right, so this will come in handy when we're trying to go from one unit to another unit. Right now, the main idea here when we're doing our unit conversions is that we want to find the conversion factor, right? And the way we do that is we find first an equivalent factor that we're changing from, right? If we're working with inches and want to change to feet, or vice versa, then we're going to use this here equation, right, to determine what our conversion factor is going to be. Right now, if you just treat the units like we would a number or some variable, I can divide, for instance, both sides by 1 foot. All right, and that reduces to 1, so we have the conversion factor. Right, that's equal to 1, right? Those are equivalent things, right? 12 inches and 1 foot. Now, I could, in the same idea, divide by 12 inches instead of 1 foot, and we would have the conversion factor. 1 foot per 12 inches is equal to 1. All right, now which one you use depends on which direction you're going. All right, I'll explain more what I mean by that when I work through a problem. Right, so the idea here is that since this is equal to 1, you can multiply any quantity by this value here. And since it is equal to 1, you're not changing the actual value of the quantity. What you are changing are the units of it. Right, so for instance, let's say that we have 196 inches, and I want to determine how many feet is this. Okay, all right, so I'll start off, I'll write this as a fraction over 1. Right, now the goal is the same way that I reduce fractions here, I am able to reduce units. Right, so I want the inches to be in the denominator, and in the numerator, I want the feet. Right, that way the inches will reduce, and I'll be left with units of feet. Right, so looking at my conversion factors, right, we see 1 foot per 12 inches. So this is the conversion factor that I want to use. Right, and why? Because we have our inches in the denominator. All right, so if I multiply by this, we have 12 inches in the denominator, 1 foot in the numerator. All right, and now you notice here, right, since we are multiplying by 1, right, this is equivalent to 1, the overall value here of 196 inches does not change. What is going to change now is if we notice here that those units reduce to 1 or cancel out, right, we're left with units of feet, which is exactly what I want. Right, so what we have here is 196 times 1, and then 12 times 1, 12. Right, and now let's simplify this. Right, so 196 divided by 12. So we get 49 over 3 feet, or that is approximately 16.3 feet, right, by rounding to the nearest 10. All right, so that is how you approach these unit conversions. All right, let's do one more here. Okay, so let's say here, let's look at a different quantity. So let's say I want to change 58 cups to gallons. Okay, so again, we'll start here, 58 cups. And I'll look for a conversion factor. All right, Now looking at the table here, I see that I have 1 gallon is equal to 16 cups. All right, so in order to reduce the cups unit, I will need the cups to be in the denominator by whatever conversion factor I multiply by. So that means that I'm going to use the conversion factor 1 gallon per 16 cups. All right, so we multiply that. Okay, and then we see the cups reduce, and we're left with only the units of gallon. So we have 58 per 16 gallons. And reducing this, we get 3.625 gallons. Right. And that is how you convert these quantities between different units.